أهلا بيكم طلبة سنة تانية شعبة اللغة الإنجليزية. النهاردة هنتكلم على المحاضرة رقم 11. You are welcome. Now we talk about lecture 11. Now we talk about elastic. Elastic, this is a way to know how expected of product, the product expected. The product expected can be used many variables of elastic. Elastic number one, price elastic. خدنا في سنة أولى البرايس elastic. This is a way to know the expected of product. Once the price elastic equal change in quantity out of change in price times price out of quantity. Okay, this is change in quantity and this is change in price. This is a price before change and this is quantity before a change. Okay, this is very important way to expect the products in the future. Okay, example, once when the price equal $10, the quantity equal 100 units. Okay, maybe the price decrease by $2 become $8, and in this position the quantity increase to 140. This is year and this is what is the quantity, what is the demand 2021 once the price decreased to $7. Okay, use price elastic to expect the product. Okay, this law, we use this law to determine the elastic. Price elastic equal change in quantity out of change in price times price out of quantity. Okay, change in quantity, the quantity increase from 100 to 140 equal 40, positive 40. Okay, of the change in price, the price decreased from 10 to 8 minus 2. Okay, times price before change equal 10 out of quantity before change equal 100. Okay, price elastic equal minus 2. Elastic must be negative. We have a negative relation between price and quantity. Okay, equal to, meaning we use in the same law to find the change in quantity in the expected in the 2021 year. Okay, price elastic equal change in quantity in the same law out of change in price times price out of quantity. Change in quantity we haven't this number. We haven't this number. Change in quantity, we haven't. I can't know. I don't know, okay? Change in price, the price decreased from 8 to 7, minus 1. Okay? Times price before change, equal 8. Out of quantity before change, 140. What is the difference between this law and this law? This law, we haven't a price. Now, we know a price. We know a price of elastic, okay? And we want to find change in quantity, okay? $4.70 cross minus 2 times minus 70 equal 4 times change in quantity. Okay? Minus 2 times minus 70 equal positive 140. This equal 4 change in quantity. Change in quantity equal 140 out of 4. This meaning 3, 5. This is change in quantity. It is not quantity. This is a change of quantity. It is not quantity. Okay? This meaning the quantity equal 140. And the change in quantity is positive 35. Change the quantity 1991. 140 plus 35 equal 175. This meaning 175. This is the expected of demand. When we determine the expected of demand, we can determine the number of products. Okay? The expected of demand effect on the price. Elastic price, it is a very important way to determine the demand in the future. And it is important way to determine the product in the future. Okay? We have another way to determine, to expect the demand in the future. Another type of elastic is income elastic. Now, we talk about income elastic and use these tools to determine the demand in the future 1991. Okay? Okay. Income elastic equal change in quantity out change in income times income out of quantity. This meaning change in quantity and this change in income. The income before change out of quantity before change. Okay? When the income, the year 2019, the income $116. The quantity, the demand equal 100. And 2020, the income increased to 2,000. Okay, in this case, the price, the quantity increased to 140. What is the quantity? You want to find the expected quantity. What is the quantity? 1991, once the income increased by 200, okay? Now, use the income elastic. Income elastic equal change of quantity of change in income times income out of quantity. Okay? Okay. Change in income elastic equal change in quantity in this year. Change in quantity, the quantity increase from 100 to 140, meaning 140 times 100. Out change in income, meaning 2,000 minus 1,016, 600, okay? Times the income before change. Out the quantity before change. Okay? Okay. This meaning 40 out of 400 times 160 out of 100. Okay? 0, 0. Okay. Okay. Equal positive 1.6. 1.6. This is income elastic. Now we will use the value of income elastic to expected in income in quantity in the 2021. We use the same law. Okay? Okay. The same law, income elastic equal change in quantity after change in income times income before change out of quantity before change. Okay? Now, this is elastic. This is the difference between two ways. This is elastic, 101.6. Equal change in quantity, the quantity before change 140, after change I don't know. Okay? Yeah, this is meaning change in quantity. Out of change in income, the income 2,000 to 2,200 يبقى 2,200 minus 2,000 times quantity income before change 2,000 out of quantity before change 140. This meaning 100.6 equal change in quantity out of 200 times 2,000 out of 140. Okay? $1.6 equal change in quantity out of 14, meaning change in quantity equal 1.6 times 14. This meaning 1.6 times 14. 1.6 times 14 equal 22.4. Okay, this is not a quantity. This is not a demand in the future. This is not a demand in 2021. No, this is a change in quantity. Change in quantity positive 22.4. Okay, meaning the demand or the quantity in 2021 equal demand or quantity 20 plus change in quantity. Okay, the demand in this year equal 140 plus the change in quantity. Change in quantity equal 22.4, meaning the demand in the future, the demand in 2021 equal demand in 2020, and the change positive, the change in quantity 2021.4. That's meaning in the future the demand equal 162.4 unit. This is a very important way to expect the demand in the future. We know we have a positive relation between income and quantity. Now, we talk about two ways to find the product in the future. Number one, price elastic. Change in quantity of change in price times price before change out of quantity before change. Okay? And we have a negative relation between price and quantity. Now talk about the income elastic. Income elastic meaning we have a positive relation between income and elastic. Income and elastic, when the income increase, the quantity must be increased. We use income elastic to determine the product in the future, and we use the elastic price to determine the demand. When we determine the demand by any ways, elastic price or income price, we can determine the amount of product. We can determine the amount of product. This number is very important from any company. Why? When we determine the amount of product, we can determine the amount of material. We can determine the amount of labor. We can determine the amount of machine hour. We can determine the all of inputs. Inputs meaning cost. We can determine the cost of product. We can determine the profit. The profit depends on revenue and the cost. Profit equal revenue minus the cost. When we determine the cost, we determine a lot of number, the determine of material, determine of the cost of labor, the salary, determine the machine hour, and this meaning cost. We talk in this lecture about two ways from determine the quantity in the future. thank you. I will next in next lecture إن شاء الله. أشوفكم على خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.